Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Modded Minecraft 1.12, playing here on the one man, one mod pack with Immersive Engineering. How's everyone doing? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing well. Last time we put together the skyhook, we played around with it, did a little bit of testing on it, but didn't go all out on it. And we also played with Railgun, and we did a little bit of testing on that. But today, I think what we need to do is do a little bit of a world tour and see if we can put those two items, the skyhook and the railgun, into more practice. So let's get started on that tour. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for a world tour, and at the end of this episode we're going to have a world download so you could play in this as well. And maybe at some point in this particular episode, we are going to take a little break from the game, and I'm going to show you how you can load this pack up and play this world if you so desire. So a few things of note: we did make the skyhook last time. We also made the railgun, and I played with something off camera. Remember that backpack thing that we put together? I've got another one right here. We've got 100,000 flux stored in it. But I read something else in that book. You can combine the backpacks with the chest plate so that you don't lose your armor and you still have the charge. And so there we go. It's on there. I combined it just in a crafting window. And if we go like so, you can see it right there on my back. That's pretty cool, I think. Neat concept there. So anyway, let's not dilly-dally too long. Nighttime is upon us. And yeah, so let's do a little bit of a world tour, okay? So first things first, we started way down here. This is the island. We picked picked amplified terrain and picked a survival island seed so that we could play around with the amplified terrain on that. And this was our original hidey hole, if you remember way back. Oh my goodness, it's been quite some time, but we started out over here, and yeah, we had our farms and stuff. I have since cleaned those up, and I noticed that in my ears, blocks are a little bit high, but I guess we can deal with that later on. But we had our farms out here. We had some animal farms, and yeah, most of our stuff was out here. And then we moved into the mountain. So I took care of that. But yeah, so here's our progress thus far. You can see we're going to kind of go in backwards order. So I shouldn't get too close to that. It will shock me. So we've got our excavator. That's the long-term goal that we had for ourselves on this particular, one of the long-term goals. I wanted to play with that. And that's going to get filled up. I probably should add some more storage to that, but no problem. We've also got a crusher up here that's not actually doing anything, and we can make it do some stuff while we are just waiting for more of those items to come through. And we'll let this thing run, even though we don't really need the iron anymore. We'll just let that go. And then over here we've got our diesel generator, and then we've got some storage of diesel right there, and that's coming from up top where we've got our farms for making the diesel. So what we want to do is come over here and showcase we've got this huge array of water mills, and that's powering pretty much our refining process, but also that crusher over there. It's got two of these water wheels dedicated to it. But right through the center of this whole thing, we've got this ladder or scaffolding, and you come up here. Again, this is going to be reverse order, really. So we're building up slowly a fluid tank full of ethanol, and then we've got a fluid tank full of seed or plant oil, and yeah, here's our silos of all the items we're growing for our refinery process. And we've got a nice little setup going here with our redstone connectors. So whenever there are no items in here, we get a signal off of this, and it allows potatoes to come through. Same thing over on the industrial hemp seed. So yeah, I've carved this whole thing out of the mountain right here on the survival island. And you can see kind of the design aesthetic that we went for. We've got this treated wood and hempcrete, and each of the levels uses that. So I tried not to use too many vanilla blocks because we could do vanilla pretty much anytime. We're in immersive engineering. Why not use immersive engineering? Now, one thing of note from the last time we were together, I put a fluid tank in here for creosote so that I could just have the coke oven just going. Okay. Yeah. So automated that a bit. We've got silos here for items coming out of our mob farm, and we can take a look at the mob farm in a little bit. You also see, well, this is kind of a silo, but it's for the fishing farm, AFK fishing farm, that is up on the next level ahead here. And we'll go down to the mines in just a moment as well. So here's the main section right here. You can see items dropping off there from our cloches. There's the AFK fisher right here. To see how this thing works, you come in here. There's a fishing rod right here. And just right click and boom, there we go. But I don't want to go fishing. We're not too concerned on that right now. We've got our coke oven right here. Got the alloy kiln right here and the improved blast furnace. This right here is outputting automatically into a storage crate, a little bit of automation there, and then the slag is going into the back. And that's just continuing to run, even though we don't really need the items anymore. So main storage is over here. And again, this is kind of a world tour so that if you do happen to load this thing up, you'll know where everything is. And so we've got our storage over here. This is from fishing, and that's, well, I caught a creeper between me and a skeleton. So we did happen to get a music disc, but yeah, most of the treasure stuff comes from there, redstone stuff, and you know, you can just poke around in here if you so desire. But plenty of storage, tons of books over here from fishing as well, and an enchantment setup right there. And then over here, we'll come back to the nether hub in just a little bit. So let's come up here a little bit further. Up here is the growing area. We've got cloches that are filled to the brim with most everything that can be grown here. I didn't bother with beetroot because I just don't care, but most everything else is represented here. So we got our nether wart there, and we're slightly to the negative on industrial hemp. If you watch the industrial hemp seed silo, it is going down at a rate of probably about three or four seeds per Minecraft day. So just something to watch out for. But the potatoes are doing fine. And if we come up here one more level, we've got our main crafting area for immersive engineering up here. And then I've got some items, nickel and iron grit, that can be smelted there. So one thing also that we can do is come up on this scaffolding. I need to change up the storage area. And this lets us into our first set of water wheels that we built on this particular series. And you can see we've got some stuff dotted around. We'll get to that in just a bit. But yep, there we go. Fall down, okay. And then some more storage up here. I've got some raw materials for immersive engineering stuff there. Some other stuff that can be placed around. Got all the iron and gold up here because we were running out of room down here in the regular ores. So yeah, there we go. There's the alloys and various things right there. We've got our press right here, and press molds are in that storage crate right there. And anything else? If we go up top, this is the very top of this mountain, and you get a pretty good look at what all's around. We got our graveyard up here. Again, only at this point, we can take a look at stats. Number of deaths, 2. Both by fall damage, if I remember correctly. And there's the top part of our water wheels. And if you look around, you can see the windmills as well. And there's our mob farm over there. And I forgot to show you how to turn that on and off. But we will go back down, and to this level right here. This is the main level. really. We got our bed over there, storage over there, and then over on this thing. And don't worry, I'm going to put some signs around just so if you do happen to walk around, yeah, it'll be clear. But this thing, when the light's on, the mob farm is off. I know that's odd, but it's just the way it is. Turn that off, and the timer can go on. You can hear the pistons going back and forth, and that lets the mobs fall through. So yeah, there we go. I think the next order of business is to take a look at the mines. So let's do that, and then we'll come back up to our main area up here, and yeah, then we'll go take a look at the nether. But yeah, let's drop down here. We've got our copper mines up here, a couple levels of that, 1, 2, and 3 levels for the copper mines. This right here is from the mob farm, and yeah, I just picked up those items. If you come around here, that's where it is, right there. So we can just chuck those onto storage. It'll go up to our main storage area up above and go into those silos, but that's the bottom of the mob farm right there. And if you just keep going down, we get to the series of mines. And I don't know if I've got any other storage. I mean, there is obviously some storage here, but I don't think there's anything worthwhile. If anything, it's just a bunch of junk. Yeah, those vanilla stone blocks, yeah, I don't much care for those. Yeah, so anyway, we've done our time in the mines, no problem right there. So that's for making torches. If you wish to continue, feel free. There we go. And the way I did this one, it's a little different than normal. I just went down, and then there's another line. You can see it in the mini map as well. Let's go here. Yeah. So I would just take one of these strips here, go all the way down to here, and then come back up, getting anything in my path. So that's how those mines work. Nothing too odd there. So let's head back up here, and we will take a larger tour. Okay. And yeah, that's why I've brought the engineer skyhook. So get ready. I'm going to put on get rid of the HUD, and let's see, there we go. Okay, so I've got the skyhook going, and I've set this thing up since the last time we were together, and I really just wanted to do this since the beginning of our time on this map. That's really what I wanted to play with in Amplified, and so here we go. I've got a massive engineer skyhook hemp coil thing going that takes us all through the various things that we have built in our time together on this map. So here we go. We're kind of working our way up the levels. I probably could have done this as the main tour, but I don't know. I just like this. And here we go. We're going to go out. There we go. And you can see kind of the island in its glory there. We've got a water pump there. We've got our windmills out there just powering a little bit of our stuff inside. And there's the design aesthetic right there with we've got our water mills up top, and then our engineering area there below it. And yeah, here we go. We get a good back view of the island with the windmills, and then our mob farm right there as well. And here's the front side. We're going to swing back around, get a good view all around the island, and then we're going to come back in, and there we go. That's the best shot of that area right there. Okay, and then that drops us right back in here in the engineering area. And what I want to do now is see if we can play with the railgun a little bit more. And originally I was going to be doing the end dragon fight with you because I thought there was an advancement for that, but I was wrong. There is no advancement for killing the end dragon with the revolver or the railgun or anything like that. I checked the source code. I didn't see any evidence of it, and it's not even in here. So yeah, I don't know. I just over here, nothing. Enter the end portal. I might take care of the ender dragon fight later, but yeah. Anyway, I was kind of put out at that that discovery. But I do have some wither skeleton skulls, and I've got some soul sand. So we're going to go into the nether. Didn't really need to get rid of the daylight or get rid of nighttime, but let's grab some potions of strength just in case. And you know what? How about that's water breathing. Don't really need that, but let's grab some potions of healing just in case we have a major mishap. Let's go into the nether. Okay. Oh my goodness, that's loud. Thank you, nether portal. Let's see if we can drop the sound a bit. Ambient. I don't know. I don't know which one that is. Okay, anyway, so I do have a sign here that says home, and we've got a sign here for Ocean Monument. And let's take a look at that. I have shown this to you before. Let's see if we get ambient environment, or is it blocks? I don't know. No, it's just loud in my ear is all. Okay, and I'll have to do some post-processing on that. But you remember some time ago, we came into this ocean monument, set up some water wheels, and then put these powered lanterns all around and stopped all mob spawning of guardians around, which is good. I haven't done much in here other than I've come through and did core sampling in all of the chunks represented, because we've got some interesting ones here. Nickel vein. Okay, that's cool. But yeah, this is the ocean monument. It is within spawn range. So if you're over at the island, this thing will be loaded. And that means, you know, if you spend a lot of time, you'll end up with a bunch of bats in here. And my goodness, that portal is loud. Okay, I'm going to have some more signs over here. But down this way, you can see from the journey map beacon thing there, waypoint beacon. We've got the end portal that way. If you just carry this on down, it's nothing much to write home about. If you've seen a stronghold, you've seen this one. It goes right, this portal, nether portal goes straight to the end portal room. But here's the design aesthetic that we've been going with in the nether hub. Ooh, got a ghast somewhere. We've got stone brick, the nether brick, and stone brick. I'm not going to go through here just yet. There's really no point. Okay, well, you've seen a stronghold, and if not, you could always go watch elsewhere on my channel where I've done end dragon fights and stronghold visits and various bits and bobs like that. So if you come down this way, let me just give you the bearings. Again, I'm going to get some signs up between now and the time you get the world download, but that's the main room right there. And if you go down here, we get access to the main nether area. Just go down these stairs and then go along this hallway and you pop out into the nether. There we go. Okay, so if you want to get into the main part of it rather than just being cozy up in one of these hallways up here that are ghast proof and zombie pigman proof, feel free to go down there and take a look at it. Up there is the wither killer. We'll come back to that in a moment, but we've got a little bit more to show over this way. Again, you can see stone brick, nether brick. Yep, I just like it. And these are slabs, so that way nothing spawns on here. This is the mining outpost. This one's interesting, okay? This one's really interesting to me. Is it nighttime? Hopefully it's not nighttime. No, not nighttime. So let's come over this way and see if you can see what is odd about this location. You see it? You may not be able to see it. We may have to take a boat. Okay. Yeah, let's grab this boat over here. We do have one. Okay. Got a little bit of a dock right here, but let's go this way some. And we'll see if they show up. Or if we end up with trouble. You see that? We got guardians spawning over here, but no ocean monument. Yep. So apparently in standard generation, there's supposed to be an ocean monument over here, but with the amplified, it has ruined the ocean monument spawning. But the structure data is still there, and so guardians keep spawning. I just thought that was interesting. This is a mining outpost. I came over here because I needed more copper, and I had tapped out my area over at the main spawn. So if you come down here, you got to get down to a certain level and get to right here, and this is where copper is. I've just done one side, or rather that side, and then this side is yet to be tapped, but we don't really need it anymore because our time on this map is pretty much done. We have accomplished what we needed to accomplish. Some storage over here if you desire to come over here and take a look, but let's head back to the Nether. We have one more thing to show you, and then we will see about taking care of those withers. Ooh. Okay, so home is back that way, and if you continue on the hallway over this way, you will get to another fortress, and we'll just pop down here and poke our head in real quick. Hopefully we don't actually meet anybody. There we go. So that is the Nether fortress. So yeah, if you desire to go hunting around there, feel free to do that. But what we're going to do now is head up to the Wither Killer, and you can see the design stuff that I've put in place up there as well. I've done a lot of work in the Nether hub here just to make things a little bit nicer for you when you come in. So it looks, you know, I didn't do a full tunnel design on the walls or anything like that, but up here I did. And yeah, so what we're going to do is hopefully get this correct. No, you need to be here. You guys go there. Let's do that just in case we need it. Oh, what else? We don't need the sky hook. We'll get this guy and put that there. All right. So this should be the way we do it. Yeah. Like that. Okay. And then skull, skull, skull. And that guy's rather loud. And we'll see what this thing does. Now, maybe, just maybe, hostile creatures down? And he is already suffocating. It actually doesn't do that well. Okay. And the Wither is very, very loud. So let's turn him down. Okay. We'll see what happens once he gets down to shield mode. Does not work. So we have to go in with Potion of Strength. And then I'm not sure which sword I've got on me. So the railgun is actually not that great. Did I get... Oh, I didn't even get a shader grab bag or anything like that. Not cool. Not cool. But yeah, we might as well just do this again. Okay, and then we'll take a look at our stats on our chest plate. How much did we lose? Went down to 88,000, so it's been about 8,000. And then here, sharpness 4. So not the greatest. How about up close? Is it... Yeah, I don't know if it's any better like this. And does this reflect back at me? No, it doesn't. So we'll just take this guy out. Eventually. Okay. Yes. And yeah, no shader grab bag. Okay. Well, that's fine. So that is the railgun. And that is, well, it doesn't actually do that well against the Wither. But there's the Wither Killer. You feel free to use that. You saw how I put that together. But again, I'm going to have signs and such so you can go around that. But I think now what we need to do is I'm going to cut and I'll meet you over in the Twitch launcher. All right, here we go. We are in the Twitch launcher right now, and you can see that I've brought up one man, one mod, and you can do a search for this. and it should come up. Maybe that's just by searching in mod packs. So browse all mod packs. And so what you want to do is search for one man, one mod. Okay, there we go. So that's what you're going to want to get. I've already got it loaded up, obviously, because that's what I've been playing. But you can see that Dadcraft is already on season 4, and that is Thaumcraft. And so what you're going to need to do is make sure you get the correct version. Okay, so I have not updated to any of the subsequent ones. So he went through IC2, then Better with Mods, and now Thaumcraft. So when you download this mod, you want to look at versions. So we come in here, you see that it's currently on release 4, and what you want is this one right here, OMOM release, and that's what it says current for me because that's what I got. So, or that's what I've got installed. So that's the one you're going to want right there. And yeah, so other than that, there were a couple of mod updates that I put in, namely the immersive, our inventory tweaks was already in there. No, I added inventory tweaks, and then I also added TOP add-ons. No. What else did I add? I know what. No. There was something. More overlays. That's what I added. Both of those are client-side mods. They don't affect the world generation or any of the content or anything. So client-side only. So you can still use the base level version here for one man, one mod. So you don't have to add those mods, but just for full disclosure. So there you go. So what you're going to want to do once you get this thing downloaded, you go into Open Folder, and then you will unzip the world download into here. And you can see I've got a bunch of other saves right here, but you'll go to the Saves folder, and you can't see it because I'm not sharing it. I don't necessarily want to share it, but what you want to do is come here, go to Open Folder, and then the Saves folder under that. Unzip the download into there, and then you'll be able to load that thing up. Now, if you have any problems, feel free to message me either through YouTube or Twitter, or also there's a link to my public Discord in the description box below. But what I want to do is head back to Minecraft, and we will close this thing out. Back in a bit. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of our world tour and a little tutorial on how you can load this up in Twitch and make sure you have the correct mod pack version installed. So hopefully that makes sense. And again, if it doesn't, I've got a few ways you can message me. And so comment section, my YouTube channel comments, Discord, Twitter, you name it, it's there. So feel free to use that if you've got any confusion. But what I'm going to do now is put everything. I'm going to take all of this. We're going to put all of the stuff here in this particular storage crate. So if you wish to, you may, you can just have all that stuff. I'm not going to leave anything in any of the player data. I'm going to delete the player data, and yeah. So yeah, so I'm going to be putting this. You'll see a link to the world download in the description box below. Feel free to get that and then load it up and play around if you want to, and maybe if you feel like going further and maybe doing the end dragon fight or what, I don't know. You do with the world saves what you want to, but that's going to be it for this series, actually. So we are going to bring this to a close. We did the skyhook thing around an amplified terrain island. We made the railgun. We did the excavator. Found that the railgun isn't actually going to, give us an achievement like we wanted to with the end dragon. So there's only so much we can do with one of the goals that we set out. But I think we did pretty well on this one. Learned a lot about immersive engineering, and we had the constraint that we couldn't go to any other mod for any of the other mechanics that we needed. So power generation, power transport, item transport, fluid transport, we had to do it all through immersive engineering, and so learned a lot through that limitation. So hopefully you did too, and if you did, and if you enjoyed this particular world tour, A like is always appreciated. And if you haven't done so already, think about subscribing so you're up to date with everything else going on the channel. But that is going to be it for now. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the support over the series. And that's going to be it. We'll see you in whatever may come next. Bye-bye.